Alright, welcome back. This is M-Dog. Hope you are doing well. Just wanted to make a fishing video, mostly just to let you know that I'm still alive. Playing a lot of Assassin's Creed Odyssey these days, but we do have World of Warcraft expansion coming out, so we'll see. I've definitely been wanting to get back into fishing, but it's been fun playing some other games as well, so we'll kind of see how the coming days and couple weeks go. I don't know if this spot's going to do much for us. I wanted to try it out. I've been away from the game so much lately that I'm pretty out of touch. We are at 84 147, 35 meter clip, just casting right over there towards the peg 1 over there. This is, funny enough, this is actually the spot I fished at back when I made the Carp 101 fishing video. So if you haven't seen that video and you're just getting into carp fishing or have a lot of questions about especially carp fishing at amber, Carp Fishing 101. It's actually on the front page of my YouTube channel. So yeah, we'll have to see. What I'd love to do is, again, timing is everything, but I'd love to get back into making a new leveling guide. It certainly has been long enough. There's plenty of new players these days. But just going to have to see with time. It's possible that since we're coming in on the holiday season here, it is possible that I might be able to put something together coming up. Hopefully. And perhaps in the coming days or in the next week, we'll try to get another stream in as well. Get back on top of streaming a little more regularly. Holiday season for me, work slows down a little bit, so I do tend to have a little bit more time. Work has been so busy lately. I would say over the next couple of months, I should have a little bit more time for things like videos and streaming. Specifically around Thanksgiving and then around Christmas, potentially families in town and such, so that can limit me a little bit, but we'll see how it goes. All right, so first of all, we do have the 2 corn on, caviar corn, which that was working pretty well when I played last, but I don't, again, I'm not sure if that's really what is worth using at this point. Besides that, we're using caviar 16 and mussels, garlic and mussels 20. Pop up over here with caviar, and then on the first line, it's oysters and caviar together. Again, mixing the smaller with the larger boilie to try to increase the bite rate, at least to see kind of how this spot's feeling. Once you know that the spot is good and if there's trophies there, sometimes it's worth going at least on 1 or 2 lines to double 20 boilies. Try to get those trophies out, but for now we're just trying to see how this spot is looking and feeling. Sounds like a good one, doesn't it? Friction brake's just low. It might not be that good. I have tried to figure out, and what I may try to do is like an extended first few minutes video of Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Basically start a new character, maybe play at a little higher difficulty. Not that I would necessarily try to play through the whole game in a sort of let's play format, but at least through the first few hours perhaps over the course of I don't know, an unknown amount of videos. I've played it enough. I'd say I'm probably approaching my best guess is that on my main playthrough, I'm approaching maybe midway point. And so I definitely have a pretty good feel for the game, what I like, what I think is really cool, comparing it to Odyssey and Origins. I may have some thoughts, so I won't give all that away now, but if you are interested at all in Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Keep an eye on my YouTube channel because I want to do something with that, but I didn't want to just like blindly jump in and start recording videos before I had a feel for the game. But now that I do, maybe I'll even go back and just kind of have a Let's Play character that I just play some, off to the side to make a few videos. We'll see. I guess I could record a few videos on my main character. It's just, it'd be jumping right into the like middle of the story. It might be a little weird, a little awkward. All right, let's get this fish in. This has been a nice little fight here. It's a decent sized fish. I think this is the rod that I still have the hinge stiff rig instead of the pop-up, which is what I normally use. So because of that, I don't have quite the strength on that rod that I do on the other two in terms of like the line and leader strength, but still plenty of strength for carp fishing, obviously. But it was nice to see that fairly large common carp. 18.2 kilos. I will take it. So the corn catching smaller ones, but I have caught 2 fish on this middle rod and only 1 on either of the others. So the corn is still, obviously we've got a very very small amount of data to draw this from, so I'm not trying to jump to any conclusions here, but it seems like the double corn is still getting a better catch rate, but the quality of fish may be better on the boilies. Wow, another one on the middle line. So that's now 3 fish on 1 line with double corn and only 1 fish with 2 lines having double boilie, even with one of the boilies being smaller. So that's about to be a second fish there. But that's on the first line again. It's kind of curious that third line hasn't had a single bite yet. Same PVA on all 3, black caviar dip on all 3. It's just a different bait. It's another nice common carp, though. It does seem like there's some decent common carp here at the moment. Another pretty nice one. Not anywhere near the 18, but this isn't a little juvenile. We'll see if it's another common or if it's another fish. Look how fast the double corn is. I mean, I guess if you just want to like catch a lot of fish, the question might be overnight, does it still catch? I mean, if commons start slowing down, are there any mirrors or anything here at night that's going to bite? What is this? Oh, it's just upside down. It just looks so light. I think it's just an upside down common. Yeah, it's a reasonable size one though. Very nice. Very nice. I don't remember if we're using double corn or single corn. Let's look real quick. That's worth noting. This bite rate's really nice on the corn line though. We do have, oh yeah, 4 corn total. So it is the double corn setup with 2 corn on each flavor. I'm really curious to see like what, if anything, happens here overnight. Let's see. Level 21, nice. Dust for Tears, welcome to the channel. If you are looking for community hangout in, it seems like our community's still going strong even when I'm not here. Currently 977 players registered to it. Just click on the cogwheel here, search for My Dogs if you're interested. For the most part, some pretty cool, chill people in there. Yeah, so far, nighttime's been very slow, hasn't it? We'll see if this keeps up. I won't, oh, the double corn might be going off, actually. I won't belabor the video too long if it's super slow during nighttime, but maybe it won't be. You know, you definitely want to see it here let me say it a different way. Your hope here is that mirrors are going to start biting. If there's no mirror carp, then nighttime can be pretty painfully slow because eventually these commons will stop biting. Once it gets to overnight hours, they are much more rare, at least, let's say. And so if you don't have mirrors or something that can be a little more active at feeding at nighttime, then it can be definitely a little rougher. So again, we're 35 clip here. Fishy stuff. Garlic mussels, oysters, but basically everything is based around black caviar. In terms of the dip, we're using the PVA. And the only reason why I'm doing that is because it looked like fishy stuff was still working pretty good. Is this the first fish we've caught on this line? I believe it is, and I think it's going to be a pretty nice one. Again, this is the Caviar 16, Garlic Mussels 20. This might be the best fish of the day. So let's kind of put it this way. This can be a fairly safe place to fish if you fish in this way, because the fish is going to typically want to swim to the left away from the way that you're holding the line. And so even if you don't quite have the gear for it, you're not going to get spooled if you keep it to the left of you from this spot. And so that's why even when I cast at that dock over there, I post the poles a little bit to the right, trying to encourage that initial swim to happen left. And if your gear's not very strong, then you'd want to even do it more than that. Even rotate the rods even more to the right when you put them down, just to guarantee that that fish is almost always going to go right. So this is interesting. This actually could be a trophy common. Unless we're using, let's see, 36 kilo, 36 kilo, 32 kilo. Oh, so the line is actually the weakest part. That's weird. I need to change that line out. So that is from back when I did have this on a hinge shift, or a hinge, stiff hinged rig. And because of the hinged leader I was using, 32 was all I was getting out of it, so I had dumped the line down to 32. So this may not be a trophy. It's going to be close. I think it's going to be a really nice fish. And if it's a common, I won't be surprised if it does get up over that 20 kilo mark. I'd say it probably is. It's still got some fight in it. That's a good sign. Thought one of the other lines had a fish on it. That middle one may, it's just not strong enough to pull, possibly. Oof. I've noticed I've been losing a lot of fish on these hooks lately. And these are nice hooks, these Mugga ones. And part of it, I feel like, is you just have to be so careful. If the fish is pulling against you and you are like shift reeling or right clicking, it seems like that really increases the chances of the hook just popping right out of the mouth of the fish. So we're trying to be a little bit more careful when it's obvious that the fish is like pulling against us, like right there. It's a nice fight though. We don't have another fish on, so there's not necessarily any rush here. We're just gonna make sure we get this one in, or try to. It seems as though it has stopped pulling. At least with enough strength to pull our line out at all. Yeah, it's pretty much just coming in now. It got a decent amount of line from us though, back when it was fighting. Oh, there it goes. See how it's like swimming? It's not enough strength to pull out, but it's still, oh, there you go. Still swimming left and right, trying to get away from us as best it can. Now, I'm not saying it's impossible for the hook to come out of the fish's mouth at this point in the fight, but we've had this fish on long enough now that I do think the chances start going down. So I start feeling a little more comfortable and like really getting pretty aggressive with it. Get that one good pull. It's close now. And I really think that there's a good chance this is a trophy common. It certainly looks like a trophy common to me. Yeah, that's a nice one. That is a nice common carp. $23.5 kilos. Very nice. All right, let's get our correct line on here. Which means we will need to get our clip back on. And this fish has been waiting forever. It's just a little guy. I think he's been on there for quite a while. He just didn't have the strength to pull very much. All right. Our work here is done, huh? And that was on the caviar 16, garlic mussels 20. Really nice trophy common. I like it. It's been a good 20 minutes of fishing so far. But still, nothing but commons, right? So my belief about the overnight hours being slower still think that'll be true. I mean, I think we're likely to not see another fish till 5 or 6 a.m. Trying to see what the VK site shows in terms of active carp spots. So it looks like across from here, 67, 157 is looking okay still. 120, 155, which is up and around the corner. So similar spots as last time I played. Not a whole lot has changed, at least as best I can tell from the usual sources of information. There might be something going on that first line right now. It would be weird for a common carp to bite at 3:25 in the morning, though. But it's definitely getting some movement. Okay, let's see what this is. Let's see if commons are actually biting through the night okay. This is on the double corn. That is a common. I swear it's the only thing we're catching here, right? Common carp. Maybe, maybe some of the rares that are close to commons will have a chance of coming out, but all I'm seeing are commons so far. we'll just go past the early morning here. I think this is only the second fish we've caught on this third line, right? The first fish being the trophy. There it is. So it is possible here. That's a good sign. Even if they're just a little bit here, it's encouraging to see a mirror carp. Especially if you're going to fish here like 24 hours for a while. Or a couple of days in a row. There they are. So back-to-back mirrors. That's very good. Good sign. All right, third fish on the third line. Third mirror in a row. We just had to get to the right time. Mirrors like that overnight feeding. So 30 minutes, 14, almost 30 minutes, 14 fish, but one of them a trophy. We won't go the whole morning time, but the morning time should be pretty decent bite rate, and then you get into that early afternoon slowdown before it picks up again in the late afternoon, early evening. Looks like yet another mirror. Isn't this fascinating? Just the change of time of day changes what fish is coming out. We'll see if this middle ride, now that it's hit 6 a.m., is back to a common though. We don't have any dip on this one yet. All right, let's see what we got here. It could be another mirror, or it could be that we get back into the commons now. Still early morning. Looks like a mirror again. So I'm going to pull up our keep net here just to emphasize this point here. How much time of day changes what type of carp you're catching. We started in the afternoon, late afternoon, and just was common after common after common. Then finally around 3 a.m. started pulling in the mirrors, and then it's just been straight mirrors since that time. And I do think at some point, maybe mid-morning at the latest, it's going to switch back to commons. I sort of would expect it now, to be honest, but we'll see. Bite rate's picking up. Looks like we're back into commons now. We'll see what's on the first line, see if there's any overlap. Oh, that one popped off. But that was definitely a common, and you could see I was being so aggressive with it. Let me at least see what it is before it pops off. I'm not using the right click though, so it's not pulling it up as fast. Yeah, it's another common. I think we're back into the commons now. I think it's safe to say. Another decent common. This really seems like a pretty nice spot right now overall. All right. I think that's good, though. I think we've kind of seen the full cycle. It's gone from common carp to mirror carp, now back to common. We had the trophy common. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. It's good to do a little fishing for you. I will see you next time. Peace out.